Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. So I want to continue with the liabilities of whiteness, and this one was actually added to my list. I had been presenting at the White Privilege Conference for probably 4 or 5 years, and I would engage in a 2-hour workshop with this essay that had all the liabilities of whiteness that I have, listed, and I would have the handout, and I would hand out a piece of paper to everyone with all of the liabilities of whiteness on it, and it was a multiracial room, which is great. I loved when Black, Indigenous, and other people of color came to the liabilities of whiteness workshop. Their presence, their input, they were amazing, and I learned so much from them, and it was a very amazing gift to have them there. And so there was a white man that actually, he was probably 25, so a young white man, after we read out, so we go around and we read out all the liabilities of whiteness, and I believe in this session, then I just had them open up what's coming up for you. And many of the Black people in the room spoke first. I think, again, it's always interesting dynamics when you're in a cross-racial group, that if white people are afraid to say anything if Black people are in the room. But I was glad that there were people of color who wanted to speak. And so the session, was amazing, and we really did some deep dive into the liabilities of whiteness. And again, a lot of the message from the Black people that were there were, yes, we see this. We see the liabilities that whiteness puts on you. Why can't you see them? Why are you not willing to do the work? Why are you not willing to realize that this is hurting you? And again, not making any comparison, of course, but just saying like it's so obvious. So after the session was over, this young white boy came up to a young white man, came up to me, and he said, "You know what, Michelle? I want to add another liability to this list." And I said, "Of course." And he said, "Whiteness allows me to be mediocre." And he was really bothered by this. He said, this system does not want me to succeed, does not want me to be the best that I can be, because it squelches who I can be, who I am, the competition that I would normally, if we were a society where everyone had equity and equality, right, that I would again be competing against a lot more people, a lot more different people. And you know what, if they already set up this system for me to just succeed, then I really don't have to try that hard. I really don't have to do that much, and I'm going to succeed. I'm going to rise right to the top. And I don't want a system like that. I don't want to be in a system that literally paves the way for me without the true effort of really where I have to work my hardest, try my hardest, be my best, fail, all of that, right? The whiteness allows us to be mediocre. That was really powerful for me to hear from a young man, and especially, obviously a young white man, saying, you know what, I don't want a system that's going to put me to the front of the line where I'm born on third base and, think I hit a triple when that's where I was born. That's where I was put. I was already given that access and opportunity. And those are the people, those are the young people, and hopefully you listening, who realize that, no, this is not the system. Because you know what? We're not going to get the best and the brightest as we seem to be so afraid that if we are sort of opening up our democracy, opening up our world to allow everyone and anyone the same access or equitable access and opportunity, that somehow we won't get the best and the brightest. But when you look at our system now, when you look at a system of exclusion that literally prohibits people from preschool, from schools, from college, from an education, from healthcare, from our justice system. I mean, all the systems that are in place to make sure that it is not a level playing field, that to make sure that it is not equal, that everyone does not have access and opportunity, that somehow we'll get the best and the brightest. How is that even possible? When you have 100 people and you're excluding 60 of them, and then you're only giving access to 40? And then somehow you're going to get the best and the brightest. The system makes no sense. And I was really grateful for his comments, that we don't want mediocrity. Mediocrity in our system, or in our world, or in our life. We have too many amazing problems, evils that are in the world, diseases and things that need to be solved, that we need to be able to figure out. And if we don't have everybody in that salad bowl, we are going to miss out. And we already have. I know for a fact, well, my opinion is that we would have already had a cure for cancer, that both my mother and brother died from, if we actually had a system where we didn't allow mediocrity to rise to the top, and that we actually had a system of equity, and equality for all people, to be able to have truly the best and the brightest. So that young man is certainly one of the best and the brightest, and I hope that he continues on his anti-racist journey and again, uses his power and privilege to make a difference in this system, so he is not looked at, again, as somebody who shouldn't reach his potential and really try hard, because we're just going to push you through. It's just, I think we need to think about it. I think we need to think about this. The system is not working. It isn't.